Hello, today we're going to do some smoked lamb breast. It's fairly simple, it's a very simple rub, so let's have a quick look at the ingredients on this. So I've got a couple of lamb breasts here, which includes the rib section and what we normally find on a pork belly, that's the whole piece. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take off the membrane, clean it up a little bit. Because these are quite thin, I'm going to roll them. I'm going to roll them in it before I put them in the smoker, because I don't want them to dry out. But I do want them to cook nice and slowly. So I've got the smoker on at 121, and that's stabilised really well at that temperature. So I'm going to leave that, get this prepared, and then bung it in for probably 4 hours. It's not quite low. I put a bunch of beech in there today. Is the wood I'm using. So let's have another look at this. So I've got some coriander. I'll put the amounts up on the text. Some cracked black pepper. Some demerara sugar, any crystallised free-flowing sugar will do, and I've got some coarse sea salt in there as well. What's also going to go into this, or what this is going to go into, we're going to use a sriracha, a lime hot sauce, and that's over here. So some sriracha, and a bit of soy, a bit of honey, and we're going to use some juice and zest of the limes. Kit-wise, all you need for this is a grater and a couple of knives just to trim this stuff up. Oh, and some butcher's string as well. So I'll trim this up, get the rub on, and then we'll come back when it's tied up.
And what was the name of the dish? What was it actually called?
It's just smoked lamb belly. So.
But with what's the sauce called?
Oh, the sriracha lime hot sauce.
Lovely.
All right. So we'll come back when that's prepared before we put it in the smoker. Right. I've trimmed the lamb a little bit. I'll take the membrane off. I didn't trim it very much because I don't want to waste the meat, frankly. And it was a little oddly shaped, this back one, but I thought I'd not trim it up, just try and hold it together with a string. So this is what it looks like. Now it's this is like this is what it looks like now it's rolled and tied. I might do a video on butcher's knots because these are really handy, but if you don't know any butcher's knots, doesn't matter. Just get someone else to hold it while you tie a double overhand knot or something. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to look pretty. The coriander was over here to start with. Of course, it's for the dip, so I'm going to get that mixed up in a second. Show you what it looks like when it's finished. But for now, I'm going to put these on the smoker and get them going because we've got it's about 4 hours. I'm probably going to do it a bit by temperature. It usually shreds. A lamb shoulder will shred really nicely at sort of 95, 98 degrees internal temperature. Don't know what it's going to be for these, so it's a bit of a trial. So I'll try it about 95, just test the texture and see what it looks like. So we'll come back in a bit. All right, well this is the sriracha lime hot sauce, all made up. Very easy to prepare, no cooking, just mix it all up. So this is 3/4 of a cup of sriracha, 1 teaspoon of finely grated lime zest, 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, 2 tablespoons of soy, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 3 tablespoons of very finely chopped coriander.
So you're going to drink it then?
Oh, I might do because it smells really nice, but I know that would be a bad idea. But I'm really tempted. So, so the lamb's on. This is done. This is going to sit in the fridge now till the lamb's ready. Then I'm going to have a look at the lamb, shred it, and pour some of this over it, but not all of it because it's quite spicy.
Yeah,
so we might go easy on that, and we might get some yogurty based stuff to go with it as well to cool it off. But we'll see. So yeah, we'll come back when the lamb's done. Yeah. So what does that say? I can't see it from here.
96.3.
96.3. Okay. Let's check this one. Yeah. So they're about the same temperature. So this is the temperature at which lamb will normally, or lamb shoulder at least, will normally.
It smells lovely.
The bones are sort of coming out a little bit. So let's just see if we can. Yeah, those bones are coming out nice and clean. It's okay. I'm not having anything. I'm not having anything. So what I'm going to do, I think this is ready to shred. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unfurl them a little bit and just pop them back in the smoke for 10 or 15 minutes.
So how long have they been on?
They've been on for 4 hours. So I'm going to take these strings off. It smells really good actually. It's a very basic rub, but it's very good.
Oh, I can really smell. What did you say the wood was?
It was beech. I had a few blocks of beech that I put in. So
it smells really smoky.
Yeah, well, I did put quite a lot in.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it to really penetrate. So yeah, that's about ready to start shredding. But what I'm going to do is going to loosen them up a little bit, get a little bit more smoke on the inside, just for a few minutes.
Okay. Not for too long though.
Not for too long. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll put this back in a little while, and then pull it out and shred it and come back and see what it looks like. Okay, we put it in the smoke for about another 40 minutes, so let's have a look, see what it looks like. So it's nice and it's got a lovely colour on it. Is that another bone? No, that's fine. Okay, let's see how it... Okay. There's some nice crispy stuff on there and some nice stuff under there. It's going to flake up really well, I think. So I'm going to shred all this. The fat's rendered really well. Yeah, I'm going to shred this and see how we go. Okay, it takes a bit of shredding. It's a manual job, put it that way. But once you get in amongst the ribs, it's definitely not the same as a pork belly. So pork belly will render completely, so you don't have to worry about anything separating the meat. But this one, there's a definite separation between two sides of the lamb breast, and there's a bit of sort of sinew in there. So it's worth going at it with your fingers and the bear claws. If you recommend the bear claws, but it shreds really nicely. Once you get into that meat, it's very thin, it's very juicy, and we've saved a bit of crispy skin on the side here. So I better give it a try, and then we'll say goodbye.
So when do you put the sauce on?
I'm going to put the sauce on in a minute.
Right, okay.
Oh, that's really, really good. So yeah, recommend it, but for thin ones, give them a roll. I think we cooked them for about 4 and a bit hours, 4 hours, 20 minutes, rolled at 120, 125. And then I opened them up and gave them another 40 minutes in the smoke, which it produced some really nice crispy skin. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.